Hello people, welcome back to my channel. Today, as Valentine's Day is tomorrow, I thought I would do a lovey-dovey related video. My first thought was to do Kiss, Marry, Kill, but I just thought, well, that's a video that's done its rounds, you know. So many people have done that video. I've even done that video once or twice myself. I wanted to do something a little bit different. And then I started thinking about Harry Potter ships, Harry Potter relationships, and which ones outside of canon that I kind of like. And then I thought, well, why don't I just combine Kiss, Marry, Kill and talking about ships in Harry Potter, write out a load of names, put them in a hat, pull them out at random, and make up ships from there. Make my own fan fiction about two random characters that otherwise may not have ever got together. So yeah, that's the video today. I thought it'd be a little bit of fun. If it sounds good to you, keep on watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you're new, subscribe to join my little magical corner. I hate having a cold. So yeah, I have a few names in this hat. I'm going to pull two out at random and make up fan fictions about them. A little bit of a disclaimer, I've only done characters that are similar to Harry's age. You know, that's to stop any kind of weirdness between like young people getting together with like much older people. I have got a few related characters in here, so if I get say two Weasleys, then I will have to choose again because I'm not up for incest. I'm not into incest. All of that aside, let's pick my first two characters out of the hat. The first two I have are Fred Weasley and Seamus Finnegan. Okay, so how do I think they'll get together and why would they get together? Seamus Finnegan has always been really interested in Fred and George's shop, about the whole idea of a joke shop. All the times that they were practicing their products in the Gryffindor common room, Seamus would look over. He'd always be very interested. Fred would see that Seamus was looking at him and be like, yeah, okay, I dig this. They get talking. Seamus asking him questions about his joke products. How do they work? He's very interested. And Fred loves the attention. He didn't know he'd feel this way about someone like this, but he can't help the way he feels, and neither could Seamus. They start hanging out. George, all keen on the idea, obviously. He tells George everything. Seamus tells Dean. Dean doesn't really like it. Maybe Dean's jealous. Maybe Dean always had a little crush on Seamus. Fred and Seamus, they have a walk. They reveal their feelings towards each other. Seamus making all the first moves because he just cannot help how he feels about this wonderful, beautiful Weasley boy. And they share a kiss and they get together, and everyone's just like partly supportive and partly shocked because they just didn't seem like the kind of people, the kind of pair that would get together. That's my little fan fiction of Fred Weasley and Seamus Finnegan. Okay, next up, the true love of Justin Fletchley and Ron Weasley. Okay, we have two more boys in the mix here. I swear there are girls in here. Okay, well, it helps the fact that they're both the same year at school. They do classes together. Ron first realised his affection for Justin Fletchley when Justin was petrified. Kind of got to him more than he thought it would, and he would visit him in secret in the hospital wing, and he would just look at him and be like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel this kind of pull towards you, Justin? He's always found him funny. Whenever they talked in like herbology, whenever they worked together on the same table or whatever, you know, he's always been so interested in what Justin has to say. You know, Justin's a muggle born, and it's the first time Ron has actually paid proper attention in the muggle world, you know, a bit like his father, but because he's got someone who he likes talking to him about it, he's more interested than, like, say if it were Hermione. I don't know, controversial there because he's supposed to end up with Hermione. When Justin wakes up, the first thing he sees is Ron looking at him, waiting for him. They start talking. Ron blurts out that he has these feelings for him, he's been so worried about him, and Justin's like, I thought this day would never come, and yeah, they get together. It turns out that Justin has always had a crush on Ron, but he's never said anything because he's been so worried that Ron didn't feel the same way. But it turns out Ron did, and it only took Justin being petrified for them to figure all that out. So yeah, there you go. That's how Ron and Justin Fletchley got together. Next up, we have the chosen one, the boy who lived, Harry Potter, and he falls in love with This is perfect. He falls in love with Victor Crumb. Okay, Victor Crumb and Harry Potter. Right, well, obviously this happens in Goblet of Fire when Harry is going to be attending his 4th year at Hogwarts. He first hears of Victor Crumb when they go to the Quidditch World Cup. You know, he's the Bulgarian seeker. When he first sees him play, he's so in awe of this man, this beautiful man. He aspires to be as good at Quidditch as him, and he aspires to become a Quidditch player, about being a professional seeker. And it's because of Victor. You know, he's such a beautiful man. He cannot express his love for Victor Crumb, and you know, it goes beyond what Ron's obsession with Victor Crumb is. This is romantic, you know. He's seeing him in his dreams. His heart skips a beat whenever he sees him, and when he finds out that he is coming to Hogwarts during the Triwizard Tournament, he's more excited about this than Ron is, and he can't tell anyone. He cannot tell anyone. He just has to have this secret crush on Victor Crumb. When the time comes that they are both chosen to be Triwizard champions, you know, he goes into the chamber at the back of the Great Hall where they go in canon. Sorry, my blocked nose. I can't talk very well with this blocked nose. That's when Victor Crumb knows who he is because he's the famous Harry Potter. But this is the first time he actually sees him, and he's just like, "Ooh, who's this handsome man coming down? Is he here for a message?" And then they find out that he's the 4th member of the Triwizard Tournament. Victor Crumb is conflicted because he's like, "Well, why do Hogwarts have 2 champions? It should only be 1 champion. We should only have Cedric Diggory." He's a bit conflicted at it at first, but when they start hanging out together, well, I say hanging out together, they have to be in these situations together because they are champions, you know, like the wand weighing. You know, he's looking at Harry and he can't stop looking at him, and he can't figure out why. You know, he seems so interested in him, and you know, it hits him when they go to the Yule Ball. This sounds so cruel, but in my version, it's the real thing, okay? He asks Hermione to the Yule Ball as a kind of way to get closer to Harry, because Harry is the one he actually wants to be with. Harry goes to the Yule Ball with Padma Patel, same thing. He didn't know who else to go with, and obviously there's no way he could ask Victor Crumb. And, you know, he feels so shocked and jealous to find out that Victor is with Hermione. And, you know, he expresses this. You know, he's so jealous about Victor and Hermione. And Padma Patel gets all upset because she thinks that he's jealous about Hermione because he really wants to be with Hermione. But actually, it's Victor he wants to go with. And, yeah, by the end of the Triwizard Tournament, you know, Voldemort's back. Victor meets up with Harry and he's like, "I'm so sorry I tried to attack you, but I was under the Imperious Curse, you know, in the 3rd task." And Harry's just like, "Oh, that's all right. I know. There is like proper stuff going down right now. You know, Voldemort's just come back, but never mind that. I got the crush of my life talking to me right now." They express their feelings for each other, and that's that. They end up together, and you know, the whole world is shocked. Harry Potter is gay. Victor Crumb. Okay, next up, Percy Weasley. Oh, I feel sorry for anyone who's partnered with Percy Weasley, but even more so when you find out it's Neville Longbottom. Okay, how the hell are Neville and Percy going to get together? Percy has always known deep down that he's gay. He's always known it. You know, this whole relationship he had with Penelope Clearwater was just a ruse, you know, to make out that he was actually straight, but he's actually not. He finds Neville being bullied by some Slytherin kids. He stops them, he punishes them, the Slytherins, and he's just like, "Oh, Neville, you alright?" And Neville, you know, it's like the whole Stockholm Syndrome thing. He's like, "You're my saviour, you saved me," and he falls for Percy instantly. Neville, again, he never thought he'd have feelings like this for another man, especially Percy, but because Percy was so extra kind to him, helping him when he was being bullied, that's it, he had a full-blown crush on him, and Percy becomes like Neville's protector from then on, you know, because he's a prefect, he's able to give Neville extra protection. They end up getting together. Why not? I don't think that relationship lasts long though, especially when Percy joins the Ministry of Magic after he leaves Hogwarts. It's not a true love that lasts forever. Next up, Blaise Zabini and Ginny Weasley. Wow. This is something that could have been canon, because if you remember I think it's the beginning of Half-Blood Prince, some of the Slytherins like take the mick out of Blaise for having a crush on Ginny, and he's just like, "No, I've never fall for that blood traitor. I never go for that blood traitor. But inside, he's like, oh my god, how do you know? Please, please, I don't want anyone to know. He's so afraid of his Slytherin friends knowing how he feels about Ginny because, you know, Ginny's a blood traitor. But at the same time, you know, Blaise isn't really into the whole dark arts Slytherin-esque stuff as the others are. You know, he's not keen to be a Death Eater one day. He's not all into the dark arts as the others are, and you know, he's a secret blood traitor himself, but obviously he doesn't want anyone else to know. They get together at Slughorn's party. Slughorn's Christmas party, that's when they get together. This is obviously in an alternate reality when Ginny is actually not dating Dean Thomas at the time. They secretly date for months and it's never revealed, but then Draco finds out. I reckon Draco finds out and he's just like, well, I'm going to tell the whole world, the whole school, that I got you to pretend to like Ginny just for a joke, I guess. And he tells everyone this and Ginny is heartbroken because she thinks it's true, but then Blaise eventually persuades her that it's actually not true, and Blaise goes against Draco. You know, he's not friends with him anymore, and there's this whole uproar about Slytherin dating a Gryffindor. But you know what? I think it could have happened. I think Slytherins and Gryffindors could have easily been friends in Harry's time at school, before Harry's time, after Harry's time, especially after Harry's time, actually. I think it happened, okay? And I think more Slytherins should have been dating Gryffindors in the story. I'm going to leave it there, partly because this video is already going on a bit long and I'm just running out of ideas and inspiration for fan fictions. But yeah, that was a kind of a light-hearted, fun video to do, you know, Valentine's themed. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. I apologise for my blocked nose. You can actually tell I've got a blocked nose. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Did you enjoy this kind of video? What non-canon relationships do you really like? My favourite has always been Hermione and Draco. I think if there wasn't such a divide between Gryffindor and Slytherin, and Draco didn't have the parents he did, and he did end up, you know, being brought up by such strong pure blood characteristics, you know, hating muggles, I think he would have had a long-standing crush on Hermione. I think once Hermione and Ron have been married about 10-20 years, whatever, they've had their kids, they've had their time, Hermione falls out of love with Ron, they end up getting divorced, and eventually Hermione falls in love and ends up with Draco there. I think that is something that could have happened, and I really like that idea. I do like Hermione. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did. If you're new to my channel, then why not subscribe to join my little magic corner. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.